Today's class is a mandala flow, where we will go all the way around the mat in one direction and then come all the way back around. And we'll be focusing on balancing poses. So be sure to pay attention to your glutes, your abs, and your breath. Come to standing at the front of your mat. Bring your hands to heart center and close your eyes. Begin to notice your breath. Know that whenever I cue breathing, you do not need to do exactly what's being cued. If I say inhale, you could exhale. If I say exhale, you could inhale. And your breath pattern doesn't have to be the same length that my cues indicate. The cues, just like any cue I give, are meant just to be reminders to tune in to what is happening in your body. Your breathing pattern will be different than my breathing pattern, and then anyone else's doing this class based on a variety of different reasons. So again, don't feel like you need to force yourself to breathe based on my cues. Use those cues to help you tune into your own breath. Notice if you're holding your breath, which we sometimes do in balancing poses, or if your breathing has become quick and shallow, which can happen if we feel like we're under stress. What can you do to help tell your mind that everything is okay? Can your breath help you do that in any way? Notice your inhale. Notice your exhale. And continue to pay close attention to your breath throughout this practice. Inhale, arms up. Interlace your fingers and release your thumb and pointer finger. Stretch nice and tall. Get lots of length through both sides of your waist. Exhale, side bend to the right. Stretch out the left side of your body. Look under your left arm if that's comfortable for you. Back to center. Find length. Exhale now to the left, stretching the right side of your body. Back to center. Find length. And just little baby back bend, finding space through your chest and upper back. And then exhale, swan dive into Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, long flat back. Exhale, step your left foot back and come up to a high lunge. Pay close attention to your base. Root down into all four corners of your right foot. Press firmly through the toes of your left foot. Pull your hips together energetically, forward and back, and side to side to feel a nice lift. And then notice your torso. Make sure that you have a nice, long, straight line through your torso. Hip to shoulder to middle of your ear. Exhale, hands frame your foot. Step back, lower halfway or all the way to the mat. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, step your left foot between your hands. Rise up to high lunge. Find your base again, pressing firmly through all four corners of your left foot and the toes of your right. Energetically pull your hips together, front to back, side to side, and find that straight line from hip to shoulder to middle of ear. Exhale, place your hands down, step your right foot forward, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up, arms up. Interlace your fingers, release your thumb and pointer fingers. Find length on both sides of your waist. Exhale, side bend to the left this time. Look under your right shoulder. Find length on the right side of your body. Back to center. Exhale, side bend to the right. Stretching out the left side of your body. Back to center. Find length. And then shine your heart and chest up and back. Exhale, swan dive down to forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step your right foot back and find your high lunge. Hands frame your foot. Step back, lower halfway or all the way to the mat. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, step your right foot between your hands. Come up to high lunge. Exhale, hands down, step your left foot forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, bend your knees. Sit down into Utkatasana, chair pose. Arms up overhead. Weight back into your heels. Strong legs. Bring the weight into your right foot and come up onto your left toes. Internally rotate your left leg slightly and then cross your left leg over your right. You can either set your left toes down to help you balance, leave them beside your right shin, or if your anatomy allows, tuck your left foot behind your right shin. Arms out in front. Cross your right arm over your left. Bring your hands either to your shoulders, backs of palms touch, or inner palms touch for Garudasana, eagle pose. Strong legs, strong core. Carefully unwrap your left leg. Bend slightly in your right knee and shift forward, coming into Virabhadrasana 3. You can keep your arms in eagle or unwind them. Hands down for this transition if you'd like, or if you want a little challenge, you can keep your hands off the mat. Squeeze your right glute, open your hips to the left. Come into Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. Left arm up, right arm down, left leg straight back. Slowly bend your right leg, step your left toes down. Pivot your left heel in, then pivot your right toes in. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, sit down into goddess, arms, cactus arms. Squeeze your glutes so your knees open up. And just breathe. Straighten your right leg. Bring your left hand down towards the front of the mat. Weight moves into your left hand and your right foot, so you can step your left foot back and come into Vashisthasana, side plank. Feet can be stacked, or right foot can be in front of left. Right hand can come down for this transition, or again, for more challenge, you can keep your hand lifted as you step the right foot forward and rise up to high lunge. Weight into your right foot. Step forward to Tadasana at the back of your mat. Bring your right hand to your hip. Weight in your right foot. Bend your left knee. Hold on to the inside or the outside of your left foot. Dancer. Your dancer can stay here or lean forward slightly as you bring your leg up and back, right arm forward. Don't slingshot, but gently release your left leg and open to warrior three. Gaze straight down. Squeeze your right glute. Place both hands down under your shoulders. Bring your left knee in towards your chest. Reach back, hold on to the outside of your left foot, and then squeezing your right glute, open your hips to the side, point your knee back for sugar cane. Now, if you're on Instagram, you've probably seen a slightly different variation of sugar cane. I personally find this variation, where we're doing kind of a half bow to the side, to be more challenging. Find your balance and breathe. Again, no slingshot. Gently release. Open briefly to half moon. Then bend your right knee and come into Virabhadrasana 2. Notice your torso. Nice straight line, hips, shoulders, middle of ear. Gaze over right fingers. Pivot your right toes in, bend into your right knee, and come into side lunge. You can keep your torso lifted if you want a little more fire. If you want to be slightly more passive, you can bend down and come into the lower version of Skandasana, side lunge, whichever you prefer. Then place your hands down. Walk them towards the front of your mat. Pivot to face the front. Step your left leg back. Lower halfway or all the way down. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. One more balance on this side before we go around the mat the other way. Look forward. Step or hop your feet slightly behind your hands. Bend your knees. Keep your hips high. Bend your elbows back towards you and place your knees either outside your upper arms and squeeze in towards your arms a lot, or place your knees directly on the back of your upper arms as high as you can, maybe even in your armpits. Then lean forward. Bring the weight into your hands. Lift one foot off the ground. Maybe lift both feet off the ground. Bakasana, crow pose. Claw the mat. Push firmly down through your fingers. Squeeze your feet towards your butt. Then step hop or float back to chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Rest for a moment in this down dog. Maybe you'd like to make it a child's pose. Bend your knees, look forward. Inhale, step hop or float to the front of your mat, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, bend your knees, revisit Utkatasana chair pose. Sitting back into your heels. Bring the weight into your left foot and come up onto your right toes. Internally rotate your right leg a little, pointing your knee to the left, and then cross your right leg over for Garudasana Eagle. Toes can touch down, stay next to your left shin, or if your anatomy allows, your foot can wrap around behind the left shin. Arms out in front. Left arm crosses over right. Bring your hands to your shoulders. Backs of palms touch, or inner palms touch. Find your breath and your balance. Carefully unwind your right leg. Keep your left leg soft. Tip forward and come into Virabhadrasana 3. Arms can stay in eagle or extend. Press back firmly through your right foot. Hands down to transition if you'd like, or keep them up for more challenge. Squeeze your left glute, open your hips to the right. Come into Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. Right arm up, left arm down, pressing firmly through both feet. Slowly, carefully, bend your left knee, place your right toes down, pivot your right heel in, and then pivot your left toes in. Inhale, exhale, sit down into goddess, cactus arms. Find the straight line through your torso, hips, shoulders, middle of ear. Squeeze your knees apart. Straighten your left leg. Set your right hand down near the front of the mat. Weight into your right hand and left foot. Step your right foot back and come into Vashisthasana, side plank. Feet can be stacked, or left foot can be in front of the right. Hands down to assist with the transition, or hand up for more challenge. Step your left foot to the front of the mat and come up to high lunge. Weight into your left foot. Step into the Tadasana at the back of your mat. Left hand on your hip. Weight in your left foot. Bend your right knee and hold on to the inside or the outside of your right foot for Natarajasana dancer. If this is your dancer, stay right here. If you want to move deeper, lean forward with your chest, push out and up with your leg, left arm forward. Without slingshotting the leg, release your right foot, come into Warrior 3. Strong left leg, strong right leg, gaze straight down. Bring both hands down under your shoulders. Bring your knee in towards your chest. Hold on to the outside of your right foot with your right hand. Squeeze your left glute. Open your hips to the right. Point your knee back. And push slightly with your foot for a little baby back bend in sugar cane. Find your balance. Find your breath. Release your right foot. Come into half moon for a moment And then bend your left knee and find your way into Virabhadrasana 2. Straight line through your torso, hips, shoulders, middle of ear. Gaze over your left fingers. Pivot your left toes in, bend into your left knee, and come down to side lunge. Stay up high, flexing at the hips for more fire, or sit all the way down for a more passive stretch. Place your hands down. Walk your hands to the front of the mat, pivoting your feet forward. Step your right foot back. Lower halfway or all the way down. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. One more time, playing with Bakasana, crow pose. Look forward, step or hop your feet a little behind your hands. Come up onto your toes, bend your knees, hips high. Bend your elbows back towards you. Find the perfect spot for your legs, either outside your upper arms or up into your armpits. Lean forward, weight into your hands. Lift one foot up, then lift the other foot up. Push down firmly through your fingers. Squeeze your feet towards your butt. Hollow out your belly. Find some strength. Then when you're ready, you can step or hop back. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Rest for a few moments in down dog or take child's pose. Bend your knees, look forward. Walk, step, or hop to the front of your mat. Halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Heel toe your feet so they're a little wider apart near the edges of your mat. Doesn't need to be all the way. Bend your knees. And see if you can bring your right shoulder to the inside of your right knee. From here, take your right arm, wrap it behind you, palm facing out. Rest the back of your palm kind of against your right hip. Then take your left arm, see if you can reach it around and bind your hand. If you can't bind, you may want to use a strap, or you could certainly try this without the bind at all, without a strap, although that will be more challenging, will require a little more muscular engagement. Heel toe your left foot closer to the center of the mat. Come up onto your right toes. Press firmly down into your left foot. And rise up onto your left leg, bringing your right leg with you. Find a place to gaze, find your breath, and if you're ready to move on, extend your right leg long. Bird of paradise. Slowly and carefully rebend your right leg and set your right foot back down. Release the bind. Step your legs farther apart again. Wiggle it out a little bit if you need to. And of course, we have to do the left side. So bring your left shoulder inside.
by your left knee. Wrap your left arm behind, palm facing out. Reach around, hold on with your right hand. Use a strap if this is not comfortable for you. Heel toe your right foot a little closer to the center of the mat. Come up onto your left toes. Find the strength of your right leg. And slowly come to stand, bringing your left leg with you. Find a spot to gaze at, maybe the same spot you were gazing at on the other side. Find your breath and balance. And if you are ready to move on, extend your left leg straight or straightish. Then bend your knee and slowly and carefully bring your left foot back down. Release the bind. Step your feet wide again, close to the edges of the mat. Wiggle it out a little bit if you want to. We've got one more fun balance to play with. Forward fold between your legs, and then shimmy your shoulders behind or inside of your knees. To do this, you'll need to bend your knees, wiggle your shoulders in, maybe even hold on the back of your ankles, back of your calves, and use a little bit of leverage to squeeze your shoulders in as much as you can. From there, place your hands down behind your feet. The heels of your hands may not touch completely. It's a lot of extension in your wrist. But as we shift our weight back, there will be more room for the heels of your hands to come down. When you're ready, bend your knees even more. Start to sit down onto the shelf created by the backs of your arms. Shift your weight back slightly. Walk your feet forward. Lift your butt high, and if you are able, lift one foot. Maybe both feet, straighten the legs, or again, straight-ish. Butt high. Press firmly down through your hands. Round your back. Titibhasana, firefly. Then slowly lower your butt towards the ground. Try and keep your legs nice and straight as you do this. Eventually bending your knees and releasing your butt all the way down. Bring your arms out in front of you. Lift your legs and your arms high for Navasana, boat pose. Then release your feet down carefully. Shift your hips forward a little if you need to the middle of your mat. And then slowly roll down onto your back. Bring your feet in closer towards your hips. We will do one round of bridge pose. If you'd like to make it wheel pose, you can certainly do that. Find your feet, find your base. If you're doing wheel, position your hands by the outside of your shoulders. First, press into your feet, lift your hips. Then when you're ready, press into your hands and come into wheel. Press through your heels to bring your chest forward. Walk your feet closer if you'd like to. Press down firmly through your hands, straighten your arms. Squeeze your glutes. Find your breath. Then slowly and carefully come back down.
bring both knees into your chest. Wrap your arms around your shins and just shift from side to side slightly. Release your hands, open them wide to a nice T with your arms. Then slowly bring your knees down to the left for a gentle reclined twist. Use a little core strength to bring your knees back to center, and then slowly lower them all the way to the right. Knees back to center. Bring your knees down towards your chest. Point the soles of your feet up and hold on to your shins, your ankles, the outside of your feet for happy baby. Tailbone reaches down, knees reach down. So 2 opposing movements. Gently release your feet and bring them down to the edges of your mat. Open your palms, find a comfortable place for your shoulders, and relax into Shavasana. Release the pursing of your lips. Release the clenching of your jaw. Relax your shoulders. Relax the gripping of your fingers. Let your feet open to the sides. Let your thoughts, your worries, your anxieties melt away as you melt into the mat. I invite you to stay here for as long as you want, for as long as you can. If you're ready to move on with me, stretch your legs long, stretch your arms long. Big inhale. Gently roll over onto one side. And then carefully bring yourself up to a comfortable seated position. Place one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. And once again, notice your breath. thank you for practicing with me.